Hello everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. This is going to be just the intro to me reading one of my most anticipated reads of the year, Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh. In the outro, I'm wearing the exact same outfit because it is the exact same day. I actually just finished recording the outro and like my thoughts. I finished the book last night, but I forgot that I was still deciding at the time when I started reading this book if I was going to incorporate it into a reading vlog for Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforty. I'm not. So here's the proper intro for this book. Clearly I'm already done and I don't want to talk about it anymore. I hope you guys enjoy this video and all of my reactions to reading this frickin' book. Enjoy the video. She's here. She has arrived. I also ended up dressing for the occasion unintentionally, but I have here in my hands Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh, the 6th and most recent book in the Boys of Tommen series, my favorite series to ever exist. I received this book earlier today and I have been avoiding it like the plague because of how genuinely scared I am to read this. I can't. It's hurting me so bad and I haven't even read it yet. Everybody on my TikTok is telling me, like, girl, buckle up. Like, it may be a 5-star, but it's not an easy 5-star. It's a very heavy, very traumatic, very detailed 5-star. And I know that. And I can't wait to give my 2 cents on this book after I've read it, because I've heard so many different perspectives on this book and people's opinions on it and how people feel about it and blah, blah, blah. And while everybody's entitled to their own opinion, I don't fully have an opinion yet because I haven't read it. So we are gonna read it. I've picked out my tabs, and I picked them out, they already came on this thing. They are round for some reason, and I kind of hate that, but it's the only like purple tabs that I have. This is what we're gonna be using. I'm so nervous. All day I've been avoiding reading this book. I got it in the mail, I want to say at like maybe like 4 p.m, like 4 p.m. It is 10, and for that amount of time I have been avoiding reading this book. Now I like have to, because I finished Rewind It Back, have watched every YouTube video that has interested me. I watched the last episode of the final season of Big Mouth last night, so I'm fresh out of things to do to stall starting this book anymore. I am fresh out of options. We're gonna start it, and it's also literally 700 pages. So I need to start this book as quickly as possible because it's gonna take me a while. And apparently people like are taking breaks because of how heavy it is. We are gonna start. I have water and snacks. We're not gonna talk about my taste in chips. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't, I guess. So let's do this, people. This is gonna be our setup. So the next few clips will just be me sitting like this, depending on when I decide to stop reading for the night. Okay. We're starting. June. Oh my god, this is literally in a few days. June 12th, 1991. Okay. Okay. I don't know what chapter I'm on, but I'm still in part 1, The Formative Years, November 15th, 1993. Lizzie's 5 right now. Kiva is 12, I believe. And she met Mark. And I'm already so sad because Lizzie just said, my very first friend. And I'm scared because I did not, for some reason, like the past scenes in Taming 7, for some reason it wasn't computing in my brain, so I didn't realize that Mark and Kiva met so young, because Lizzie's 5 and Kiva is 12. So I'm just like, oh my god, because I don't remember how old Kiva was when everything happened, but I know that Gibbsy had to have been like 10 or 11 or something like that. Maybe I'm getting my ages wrong. I haven't read Taming 7 in quite some time. But I know that it had been like a couple years that Gibbsy was going through what he was going through. Oh my god. I'm so scared. Like, I know what's gonna happen. That is so terrible. I can't. And like, oh my god. She's 5. And like being in her brain already, like, it's so heartbreaking. She's literally 5 years old and she's already thinking and feeling the way that she does. It hurts so bad. But this is how I'm gonna structure it. I'm gonna read however many chapters and then give you guys my thoughts. Read however many chapters, give you guys my thoughts. Just because if I were to give you thoughts as I'm reading, this video would probably be 3 hours long. I think I'm almost done with part 1. Yeah. Oh my god, I just read the last little part of part 1. Oh my god. Oh no. That is so terrible. That is so disgusting. I hate this. Okay, let me keep reading. I'm on the last chapter before part 2, which is Foundations of Friendship, but December 25th, 1993. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This poor child. I finished part 1. Oh, we get Hugh. God, she's 5. Was I a big Lizzie fan in Taming 7? No. But I also knew that I didn't know much about her. Did I like the way that she was speaking to Gibbsy? Of course not. But with the way that she was with Shannon, it was hard to believe that she would just go around treating people like that. You know what I mean? Like, it did show that she cared about people and had the capacity to care about people. So we didn't know her story at all. You knew very little about her. And people can make their assumptions based on what they know. I'm pretty sure I had very strong opinions about her in Taming 7. But I'm already changing my opinion of her. Okay. I don't know how long part 2 is. How long is part 2? Oh, there's a lot of parts. Okay, part 2 is from page 43 to 112. My heart is already so broken. I'm also sorry if you can hear the TV out there. My mom is watching TV and she likes to blast it for whatever reason. But I'm gonna read our first chapter in Huey's POV, October 27th, 1994. Oh my god, this is like almost a year after after the end of part 1. I am sick. Hello. I am a few chapters into part 2. Huey and Lizzie have met. They're at his birthday party right now. They are 6 and 7 years old. Reading about them like this and knowing how they are in present time, it hurts so bad. Because I'm just like, you don't know the details of what happened to them. I don't know the details of what happened to them. But I know for a fact in present time they are not together. And that hurts to think about. Knowing how they were when they were kids. And also, like a half hour ago, Chloe Walsh posted a video kind of explaining the background behind why she wrote this book, because this book has been getting a lot of hate and there's been a lot of controversy around it as to how could someone read something like this, how could someone write something like this, how could you rate this book 5 stars, how could you like sit there and like read about topics like this and enjoy it. My perspective on it, having not even read it yet, but having read and enjoyed a lot of dark romances, you don't know the reason why someone writes the things that they do and why someone reads the things that they do. So you are in no place to judge what someone else is doing because you are not them. You don't know what they're thinking or the reasons behind the things that they do, and you haven't lived their life. You don't know their life experiences. And for Chloe Walsh to say that this book is based on things that have happened to her in her real life should shut up every single person that has talked shit about this book. Because things like this happen in real life. As much as you can try to ignore it or just like not talk about it, things like this happen. And as fucked up as it is it needs to be talked about and brought to light to some degree so people know that they're not alone. So people that have gone through things like this know that they're not alone, which is one of the most common feelings for survivors, is feeling like they don't have anyone to talk to, or feeling like they can't open up, or just feeling like they're alone. So just like, shut up. The next time you want to judge someone for reading the things that they do, just don't. Keep it to yourself. If you want to judge them that badly, judge them in your head. You don't have to say it out loud, because you don't know the things that they've gone through in their life that would make them find comfort or enjoyment in the things that they read, or the type of content and media that they consume. Because there are people that like messed up shows like Criminal Minds, SVU, shows that have content that can be similar to this, and no one really bats an eye at the people that enjoy those shows. But you're gonna judge someone for liking books like this? Like, shut up. Just shut up. Please and thanks. This is so sick. I'm on part 3, and just like when we read Taming 7, even when we were reading really like Redeeming 6, we kind of knew that Gibbsy and Lizzie's stories overlapped, but like not this much, man, not this much. This is terrible. And seeing Gibbsy and his dad, it's so heartbreaking. Seeing Gibbsy and his father. So many things are happening. Lizzie and Huey are so cute. At 6 and 7 years old. We are still at when they're 6 and 7 years old. Oh God. Moving on and moving in. That's what the first chapter of part 3 is called. It's just, it's as of right now, like I haven't even read anything yet, but it is sickening how much Lizzie and Gibbsy's stories and their trauma are like overlapping. That shit was probably happening at the same time. I can't. I'm gonna keep reading. It is, I don't even know what time it is. And keep you guys updated. I'll let you guys know when I stop. I have a feeling that I'm about to read about what happened to Gibbsy's father and sister. Yep, I definitely am. From Huey's POV, which is so fucking sad. I already knew this was gonna happen, obviously, but like, it sucks that it has to be said again and read it again. Alrighty, I'm on part 4. So, at this point in time, Lizzie is 8, and Huey, they're both 8 right now. There's so much that's starting to make sense from Taming 7, and like just things that I'm kind of predicting on my own that are probably true in terms of Lizzie's sister and Lizzie herself, like the way that they think and why they do the things that they do. I really want to know the full story. I'm obviously going to keep reading, but I just wanted to update you guys on where I'm at. I don't know how many parts are in this. There's 21 parts in this book. We're on part 4, Crushing Realizations. Dear God. It's just, it hurts to think about, genuinely. And I know it's only going to get worse, so I'm very scared. We're going to keep going. I am on part 5. I have thoughts, but I also don't. It hurts so much to think about what's going on and what this poor girl is going through. Like, I cannot even put it into words. Only 170 pages in. Like, I know it's gonna get worse, and I'm like very, very nervous, but it's just so, I can't, it's so hard to think about. And the fact that it was done twice to 2 different characters is, I'm just trying to like think about a big picture thing, especially when it comes to Kiva. It's hard to think about and put into words exactly what's going on in my head and what I'm thinking. Like I said, I have thoughts and no thoughts at the same time. I'm just like feeling everything, and it hurts. I wish I had more thoughts for you guys like I did with Rewind It Back, but you can't compare the 2 books. They're so different. If I have like actual thoughts, I will update you guys. God, she's a child. People are disgusting. Okay, we're gonna keep going. When I actually have thoughts, I will come back to you guys rather than like when I finish part 5. So yeah, I'll update you guys. All right, everybody. It is literally almost 4 in the morning. I'm gonna stop. I'm on part 9, and again, I don't have many words to. It's hard to find the words to explain my thoughts. It hurts really bad. I'm not crying yet. It hurts a lot. I'm waiting for it to get worse because they're only getting older, and knowing what's going on with Gypsy at this same time, but not getting that because we already got that information from Taming 7. Like, knowing that it's happening at the same time also hurts. And like just seeing how close Lizzie and Gypsy are right now. They're like 10, 11 years old. Seeing how close the two of them are right now hurts so bad, knowing how they end up in present time, like in 2005 it is when like the rest of the story takes place, because this story takes place between 1991 and 2005, so right before Bending 13 starts. But seeing how close the two of them are right now and knowing how they end up is so sad to me, because they were so close. Lizzie adored him, and they loved each other so much, and it hurts knowing the kind of relationship that they have now. And like, I know their where the nicknames started, and those nicknames are used so negatively in present time, like Thor and Viper. Those are their nicknames for each other, and again, like I said, they're used so negatively now when they were so like wholesome before. Especially why she calls him Thor. Oh my god. That's the main part right now that's like really messing with me, other than obviously all the things that Lizzie's going through on her own and knowing what's going on with Gypsy at the same time. But knowing how they end up and how they are right now when they're like kids, it hurts so bad. And we still don't even have the full story as to how Lizzie got to like the capacity that she got to for her feelings towards Gypsy in present time. We're still not even there yet. Huey is everything that I wanted him to be. I love him so much, and oh my Lizzie, oh my god. I take back everything I ever said about her, because I used to not like her at all. And while I still don't, I don't support the things that she said and did to Gypsy, I can feel for the both of them. And I'm not even halfway through yet. I have so much left. Oh my god. I need to go to sleep, get my bearings, and I'll read more tomorrow. I have some homework to do, so I'm probably gonna try to do that first before I do any more reading. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Alrighty, everybody, hello. I'm gonna set you guys up on my tripod. I need to get like a normal tripod because I only have this, and it's kind of annoying sometimes. It is not morning, actually. I don't know why I said good morning. It's 4 p.m. I haven't read a single thing today because, not gonna lie, I woke up. God, I need to get my sleeping in check, because I go to sleep at like 3, 4 in the morning, and then I don't wake up until like 1 in the afternoon. And then my whole day is gone. And I haven't read a single thing, and it's 4 p.m. But at the same time, I've only been awake for like 3 or 4 hours, so yeah. So we're gonna keep reading. As you guys know from last night, I'm on chapter, or I don't know what chapter I'm on, but I'm on part 9. The chapter's called Checking Out and Stepping Up. Interesting. It's in Hugh's POV. We're gonna read. I have about 45 minutes until I'm gonna, around 30 to 45 minutes before I'm gonna eat. And I told you guys yesterday that like I had to start reading because I was like fresh out of like things to distract me from picking up this book. Like, I had read everything else. I finished Rewind It Back. I had nothing to do, especially because I finished Big Mouth, so I'm going to restart it. Restarting Big Mouth, season 1, episode 1. I do this often, not gonna lie. Or like something to do while I eat, because I don't like reading while I eat. I just can't focus properly. Like, I'm either focusing on reading too much or I'm focusing on eating too much, and blah blah blah. So, but in the meantime, we're gonna read. We're starting. I'll update you guys. I feel so bad for Hugh in terms of his father, because you saw some of this in Taming 7 too, and it's sad the way that Hugh's relationship with his dad ended up. To like, you can understand both perspectives, and it's just like, it's so sad to think about. Yeah. Oh my god, you guys, my heart is racing. Not crying. I had to go back to Taming 7 to read the note that Kiva wrote to Gypsy, because I was just like, okay, there's some overlap here, but the stories are not adding up. I'm on part 15. It's just, oh my god. Everything makes sense now. Why Lizzie feels the way that she does about Gypsy. My heart hurts so incredibly. So terribly. I like I said previously, I can't even like properly put into words everything that this book is making me feel. Like, I'm angry and upset and so fucking sad. Oh my god. I'm like a little over halfway through. I have this much left. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse until what happened to Kiva happened. Oh fuck. There's so many thoughts. I'm on part 15. It's called The Great Divide, Flashbacks and Fleeting Memories. So I'm gonna read this on camera. It feels like it's gonna be monumental, so. This hurts so bad. Jesus Christ. You guys, the irony in so much of this is actually astonishing. Huey saying that he'd rather be with a blonde than with a redhead, knowing he's with Katie now. And it's so funny because Feely was saying, oh yeah, redhead better, Kate Winslet because of the Titanic. And he literally said, okay, well, you can have Kate and I'll have whoever the blonde was they were referring to in this situation. Like, come on. And just right now, he's talking to Pierce. We all know Pierce. And there was this girl hitting on Huey in class. Huey wasn't interested because he's with Lizzie. And he was just like, okay, well, why don't you try to get with her since you are so whatever. And he literally, verbatim, says, I'm not interested in your sloppy seconds. Talking to Huey, knowing both of their relationships with Lizzie in present time. Like, God, the irony is so, like, it's crippling. Right now, I just started part 16. Boys of Tommen, baby. It's their first day at Tommen. I'm on page 447, around 300 more pages left. Literally from the first chapter, everything that you think, for those of you that, or for people that don't like Lizzie and the rest of the series, as soon as you read the first chapter of this book, you're just like, okay, I take back everything that I said or thought or felt about her. Again, how she treated Gypsy in Taming 7 was inexcusable. Like, you can acknowledge the fact that she treated him very poorly. But reading this and knowing why she feels the way that she does in present time, it makes so much sense in terms of why she feels the way she does about Gypsy, like, and why she feels that way towards him. It's upsetting because Gypsy has his own trauma and I love him. God, what broke them up? Like, genuinely. Like, I want to know exactly what it was that made them break up. Because it had to have been like an incident. Because I highly doubt that Huey just got tired of being with her or like dealing with her. Hello, everybody. It is quite late. Oh my God, it's 1 a.m. Didn't know that. But I have basically been reading all day. I've been going back and forth between eating and watching Big Mouth and reading. I've mainly been reading because I'm only on episode 3 of Big Mouth. I am part 18, The Downward Spiral, which honestly made me want to die. When I saw that, I was like, this is the downward spiral. This right here, I haven't read the downward spiral yet. Oh my God. Like, my heart is like breaking over and over and over and over again. I'm just waiting for Huey and Lizzie to break up at this point. Like, that's what I'm anticipating the most now. Because, like, with everything going on with Lizzie, obviously I know it's happening soon. I have like 200 pages left. and they're still together, so I know it's gonna happen soon. And then he's gonna get with Katie. I'm waiting for that to happen. So I'm gonna go shower, because I have not done that yet. I'm gonna shower and get myself together, get in my bed, and keep reading. So get ready for a location switch. Hi guys, we're back. I have showered. Sorry if you can't hear me that well, my fan is going, but it is very hot in my room, so we're just gonna have to deal. We're gonna keep going. I don't know what time it is, let's see. It's almost 2 a.m. But you know what, it's summertime, and I don't have a job yet, so I can do this. I'm allowed to stay up all night reading. Who's gonna stop me? I'm an adult. I'm an adult, kind of. So, I'm gonna drink my water and read my book. And hopefully cry, because I haven't cried yet. Which is honestly surprising. You never know. I'm crying. It happened. I'm on part 20. Should I just stay up all night and read? I don't have anything to do tomorrow. Poor Huey. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for him. Oh my god. It hurts. Like to be inside both of their heads. I'm on part 20 though, and I think I'm just gonna finish tonight because I have this much left. Oh my god. You guys, it hurts. It's starting to hurt. Well, it's been hurting, but now it's like hurting. Because they're both hurting so bad. I don't know how much more of this I can take. You guys, this hurts so bad. Because she has no one. She has nobody. She doesn't have you anymore. And like her parents are not there for her in the way that they should be. So she literally has nobody. This, oh my god. I can't. I'm on the last, like, chapter, and I didn't realize until right now. I'm on the last chapter. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh no. Claire told me you started seeing some. I want you to know it's okay. I finished it. And this was when, God, it's been 2 years since this happened. Because this was in 2004. Present time, it's like 2006, I think. He's been with Katie for so long. I finished it. Yeah. 5 stars. I don't think that needs to be said, but 5 stars. But like, a very heartbreaking 5 stars. Like, I don't think I cried this hard reading a book since I read Magnolia Parks, because I sobbed at the end of that book. But like, this is how I was feeling reading certain parts of Redeeming 6. I'm gonna go to bed Because I can't fathom doing anything else with myself right now other than just going to sleep. The outro will probably be me tomorrow once my thoughts have gathered. But my rating's not going to change. 5 stars. One of the most painful 5 stars I've had in a while. God. Okay, I need to go to sleep. Goodbye. All right, everybody, we are here. It is the next day currently, and I finished releasing 10 last night. Clearly, you saw that. It was 4 in the morning, but we're going to talk about it a little bit, my thoughts, my overall rating. Even though I told you my rating last night, we're going to have a little drinkity drink. So, releasing 10, the 6th book in the Boys of Tommen series. I'm rating 5 stars. I still feel the same way that I did last night. It made me cry just as much as Redeeming 6 did. I cried a lot reading Keeping 13. I didn't really cry the first time reading Binding 13 or Saving 6. Obviously, they were very heartbreaking, but like not enough to make me cry personally. But Keeping 13, Redeeming 6, and this book made me sob. I have never read anything like this in my life, and like it was astounding. The writing was beautiful. Just the things that it made you feel were so complicated, and it was like you didn't know how to feel because of everything that was going on with the way that Lizzie was feeling, with the way that Huey was feeling, especially towards the end. You couldn't really pick a side. And not necessarily that, you know, Chloe Walsh wanted you to pick sides, but, you know, more likely than not in a breakup, you choose a side. You couldn't choose a side in this scenario because it was one of the most complicated breakups that I've ever read about in my life. Trigger warnings out the window. Beware when you read the entire series. This book is no different. Make sure you look up your trigger warnings. It's written in the front of the book. Look it up, see what people are saying about it. If it's something that you think that can trigger you, don't read it, or skip over those parts if you still want to know the storyline. But it's not a light read by any means. It's not at all. A lot of people, myself included, were not very happy with her character, especially reading Taming 7. But this book made up for everything that you felt in terms of like negativity towards her in Taming 7. This book made up for everything because it explained it. It explained her point of view, it explained her feelings, but it also made you feel her feelings. So you could properly understand why she acts the way she does, why she says the things that she says, because she doesn't really have a lot of control over it. I'm very, very, very excited for the next book, mainly because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it says it in this edition, but I know in the Bloom version, Chloe Walsh basically says that Lizzie and Huey's story, like in present time, like in 2006 when the end of Taming 7 takes place, that's going to be the next book in this series. Let me also just get out of the way all the things that people are saying about this book that I don't necessarily agree with. A lot of people were saying that, you know, they still don't like Lizzie. What she's been through is not an excuse for the way that she's treated people. And you're right, it's not. It's not an excuse. There's a difference between a reason and an excuse. An excuse is when you give someone the reason why you did something in order for it to not seem that bad. Never once did she say like, yeah, I have this, I have bipolar, I have this, I have that, and that's the reason why I'm doing this, so you shouldn't be mad at me because that's the reason why I'm doing it. No, she never once said that. Everything that she's been through, everything physically that has gone on in her life, everything mentally that has gone on in her life is a reason for why she acts the way that she does in Taming 7. There is no way that you read this book and do not understand her completely when it comes to how she acts towards Gibbsy. Does that excuse her behavior? No, it doesn't. Do I think that Gibbsy deserved the treatment that he did? Absolutely not. I still love Gibbsy with every fiber of my being. He never should have gone through what he went through. Like, do I agree with what she did to him? What she said to him? Everything that she's done? No, but I know why. You know, like, not necessarily saying that, like, now all of a sudden everything that she did and said was fine because you know about her trauma, but you know why everything happened because of the severity of it. I have also heard a lot of people say that they wish Huey had a better childhood and like he shouldn't have been like her caregiver and stuff like that. He said it multiple times in the book, but he loved her since he was 7 years old. Up until the point when they broke up, even after they broke up, he stood by her side and took care of her because he loved her. He loved every part of her. They were best friends. To say that like you wish like he had a better childhood and he didn't have to like take care of her all the time, he wanted to because of how much he cared about her, because of how much he loved her. He said that even after they broke up, that, you know, he could deal with the bipolar symptoms, he could deal with the depression, he could deal with the everything, but it was what she did that made him break up with her, because he was just like, I deserve better than that. And he chose to stick by her because he knew who she was as a person, and he knew that the way she was acting was not in line with the person that she was. So as much as he cared about her, that was the reason why he had to step away, not because her bipolar disorder and her symptoms and the things that she was doing and saying were too much for him. It was because of that physical act that he was just like, I must step away. And I completely understand that. But like I said, he loved her and he stood by her because he cared about her, because he wanted to. And especially because she had no one else. He was young, but so intelligent and so beyond his years. He saw how she had nobody, especially after her sister died. She had nobody. Unfortunately, her mom was not physically there to be with her. We know that for a fact, that her mother was her number one supporter and would have been there for her if she could. Her father pissed me off to no end. Huey was all she really had because nobody else knew about her disorder. That also had to do with why he took such care of her, because he knew that she had nobody else. So leave my man Huey alone. You can believe whatever you want. Oh, Huey deserved better. Huey did this. Huey shouldn't have had to go through that. He loved her, okay? And when you're that in love with somebody, unfortunately, there's gonna be situations where you're gonna do things that other people may not agree with. And that's just gonna have to be on them because you chose to do it. And you chose to do it for a good reason, because you love the person and you want to see them get better. And you know that they're not acting like who they are as a person. You know that something's wrong with them. What else have I seen? Oh, the original argument, the whole reason why Chloe Walsh posted the video that she did is because people were saying that the video, or that the book, was too graphic, that there were some scenes that were unnecessary. I did not feel that way at all. Every single thing that happened in this book in terms of Lizzie's trauma was needed in order to fully understand her story and the way that she acts and the way that she thinks, everything having to do with her. Did I want those things to happen to her? Absolutely not. Of course not. The way in which they were described was so in line with the way that Lizzie thinks that it was necessary for the way that these things were worded to be written, again, so that you fully understand Lizzie and her disorder and the way that her disorder makes her think and act. Everything's open to interpretation. Everybody feels differently about certain things. I understood completely why the book was written the way that it was, why those graphic scenes were written the way that they were, because they kind of had to be, because it felt in line with Lizzie and her personality and her disorder and everything that had gone on in her life. It was necessary for that. I did not whatsoever think that anything in this book felt unnecessary. It needed to be this long for sure, and it cut off at the perfect time. It started at the perfect time, it cut off at the perfect time. I loved this book. This book was absolute perfection to me. I have no notes. Nothing about this was bad, unnecessary, poorly written, nothing. In my personal opinion, I think this book was perfect. Especially, like I said, for the amount of times you see Lizzie throughout the entire series, especially in Taming 7, you need this much detail in order to fully understand her as a person. So for all the people saying anything negative about the book like that, you know, feel however you want to feel, but I personally don't think that way. So yeah, I think the book was perfect. It made me cry quite a lot. You saw that. I was up until 4 in the morning reading this book because I genuinely could not put it down. My mom came in my room multiple times and she was just like, why are you still up? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, fam, let me live my life right here. I don't have anywhere to be the next day, which is today. Clearly I'm home. So let me live my life. This book was so sad. It was so incredibly heartbreaking. See, as much as I love Boys of Tommen, honestly, the only books that I think I could reread in this series is Binding and Keeping. Because as much as I love Joey and Aoife, Joey and Aoife's story was just so heartbreaking over and over and over and over again because of what Joey was dealing with, that I don't know if I could ever go through that again. And the same thing with Taming Seven. I don't think I could ever reread that book. And I don't think I could ever reread this. Like, I don't think I could do this again. It was so good, but it was so bad. That sounds like I didn't like it. I loved it. It was everything that I needed it to be able to love Lizzie. It was perfect. But I just don't think I could ever reread this book. I tabbed it like crazy because there was just so many things that started making sense as I was reading them, as they aligned with Taming Seven or aligned with the rest of the series. I was just like, I had to tab everything. I need to think of a Lizzie and Hughie tattoo. I would get no matter what, but I have a lot of words on my body already and I want to get more like pictures. So if you have any ideas for me, let me know. Because I have a teddy bear for Taming Seven, but the rest of my Boys of Tommen tattoos are words. Let me know of like a little picture that you think I could get for the two of them. I can't wait to read their story from where it is right now. Oh, I've also heard a lot of people say things about Katie, which that I do agree with. We all know that Katie's going to end up with Feely. That's how it should have been to begin with. I love Feely and I can't wait to read his story because you think you didn't know anything about Lizzie? We know next to nothing about Feely. I can't wait to read his story. But there was that one scene where he hit Hughie or something like that and said like, it's always you, because he probably liked Katie. Just the same way that he liked Lizzie when they were kids and Lizzie chose Hughie, Katie's choosing Hughie over Feely. That might have been a spoiler, but oh well. We all know that Feely's gonna end up with Katie anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I definitely do feel like in another universe, Feely and Lizzie could have been a good couple. But not in this one, fam. Not in this one. Not with everything that we read about Hughie and how much I love him. Chloe Walsh does not write a bad MMC because Johnny, perfection. Joey, perfection. Gibbsy, perfection. And Hughie's perfection. And I already know I'm gonna love Feely. It's always the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. One of the most heartbreaking parts of this book, I think, was seeing how close Gibbsy and Lizzie used to be until that funeral. Obviously, every single part of this book broke my heart, but that was one of the things that like messed with me the most because you have evidence of it throughout the entire rest of the series, how they progress, and it only gets worse and worse. It broke my heart so much seeing how they used to be with each other before that funeral. I can't keep talking about this book because I will start crying again. I already almost cried again watching my own TikToks about how much I was crying. But yeah, Releasing Den, 5 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and it was everything that I wanted it to be, everything that I needed it to be, which is all I could ask for. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other books you would want a reading vlog on. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye bye.